Hello, Chris Fenton here with the Fenton Team at LePage, Port Alberni, Pacific Rim Realty, and I'm here to give you your real estate market update for April 2021. What do we say about this market? It has been something else, hasn't it? So spring is here. I think it came a little bit late weather-wise in the Alberni Valley, and the spring market has followed a little bit late. But it is here, sort of. Spring markets, as everyone knows, are usually characterized by a huge influx of listings, and we're definitely seeing an increase of listings. Maybe not as many as we would normally see maybe 2 years ago, or as many as we might need to get this into a more balanced market. But the good news is the listings are coming, and we are in the spring market. So I wanted to go over the stats with you for March 2021 and compare them to March 2020. I think that would be an interesting thing to do this month to give you an idea of what's going on. So I'm going to share my screen with you and just jump into a blog post that you can find at justlistedalberni.ca. If you go into resources, there's a news category, and you'll find our blog here. So here is the article. I'm going to zoom in here on the stats. So this is March 2021. This is March 2020. And I want to point out, first of all, remember what was March 2020. That was when this pandemic was brand new. The lockdown had happened. Real estate services were considered an essential service, but our clients weren't. So most people were staying home. So it skewed the numbers. So comparing it to 2020 isn't super useful. We're really more focused on what's going on in 2021. So in March of this year, there have been 58 new single family homes listed in the greater Alberni Valley. So that includes Beaver Creek, Cherry Creek, Sprout Lake, and Port Alberni. But it excludes waterfront homes. I exclude waterfront homes from the stats to keep them making more sense. 58 homes came on the market. That's a pretty good number. The number of sales was 35, and the average days on the market was 29. That was surprising to me, the 29 days. Because everybody knows that when if a new listing is priced well, it's going to hit the market and there are going to be multiple bids and it's going to sell above asking price, but it's not happening on every property. I think that's important for people to know. The average sale price in March 2021 for non-waterfront single-family homes in the valley was $581,197, and that is absolutely wild. I never thought we'd see this anytime this decade, but here we are. Now, I want to be really sure that people understand. I'm not saying that the average condition Port Alberni house is worth $581,000. It's not. When you only have 29 sales in a sample, in a statistical sample, they can get skewed by a number of high-end homes selling, and that's what's happened here. But still, the average house in Port Alberni is worth way more than it's ever been in history, and homes are still going up at an unprecedented rate, at least for the time being. Now, the average home that sold in March of 2021 sold at 101% of the asking price, so 1% over the asking price. Now, I want to talk about that a little bit because, well, first of all, that's unprecedented too, isn't it? You can see last year they sold at 97% of the asking price. That's sort of what we expect in the market. Anywhere from 95 to 98% is fairly typical in the last 5-6 years. 101% tells you how strong a seller's market, how hot a market this is. Now, I want to caution you though, if you're a buyer and you're looking to buy a new listing that's just hit the market and it's priced well, you can see it's priced well, your buyer's agent who you trust is telling you it's priced well, I don't think 1% is likely going to win that competition for you if you're bidding against 5 or 6 other people. Remember that these are averages for the market. If the average days on the market was 29, that means there's a lot of sales in March that were homes that were on the market for 2, 3, 4 months. Those homes were probably overpriced when they hit the market, and they probably sold well below the asking price. So that skews the numbers, right? It averages out at 101%. You need to talk to your buyer's agent if you're in a bidding situation and get some advice about what is happening right now in the last 30 days with new listings that have sold on the market, that sell in the first 7 days. It's all about, when you're bidding on a house, what's the home worth? What's the value? What are other comparable homes sold at? We don't want to get too caught up in the math. But this is a real estate market update, and what we're seeing is 58 new listings. That's good. 35 sales, 29 days on the market, and prices are at an all-time high and selling above the asking price on average for the first time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this month, April, that we're in right now, when the stats come out and it shakes out at the end of the month, and to watch this market as it progresses, because markets always change. They don't stay the same. There will be differences. So we will watch those for you. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments or contact us. And if you're on Facebook, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. You know what to do if you want to get future market updates and keep up to date with what's going on in the Alberni Valley. My name is Chris, and I appreciate you watching. Bye for now.